Things that drive me absolutely bonkers that people with chef in their name will show you how to do. One of those things that drives me absolutely bonkers is when somebody wants to oil their food and then put it in the oven, but this is what they do. They take their product, they spread it onto a sheet tray, then they take their oil and they go over the top and they drizzle. Drives me bonkers because I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish. In my mind, they've just wasted oil and gotten nothing done. Because what's the real purpose of oiling your food before it goes into the oven? It's to add a protective layer so that the outer layer doesn't get all tough and exposed to high heat. It allows the seasoning to actually stick and adhere to the outside, and it gives me evenness. It helps me cook more evenly, applying the heat. So taking your food, putting on a sheet tray, and drizzling with oil isn't coating but just a small amount. So what should you actually do, and what do we do in the restaurant industry, is we get a bowl, and we take the bowl and we spray some oil on the inside, around the edges. Then we'll take our green beans, and we'll put them inside. I'm gonna use these off of here. And I toss. And by doing so, I get them completely coated and lightly coated in the oil, right? You don't need a lot of oil. A little bit goes a long way. You kind of just want a nice little sheen. And I don't plan on cooking this entire 5 pounds of green bean, but when I toss it, they're all glossy, they're all coated, they're all protected. Now, when I go to add my seasoning, guess what? It's going to stick appropriately everywhere, not just on those little spots that had oil. And when it gets in there at a high heat temperature, some of it's not going to be all tough and leathery and some of them nice and well cooked. It's all going to cook evenly. A little bit of pepper, like the pepper, toss them through. Now by doing that, I actually, even using the bowl technique, I can more evenly season. There's nothing like getting a bite of green bean that's yummy and awesome and the next one's really bland and gross because we didn't appropriately season. That all has to do with how we apply the oil to begin with. Throw them on the sheet tray, nice even coating. I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, when I'm roasting things, I rarely roast at anything less than 4 1/4, and oftentimes I'm in the 450 to 475. The reason why is because I need that high heat to actually cook the outside, especially in vegetables that are small and tender like this. Now, you know you're thinking that a green bean is not particularly tender, but at a temperature at less than 425, the heat's actually going to make this mushy before the outside gets brown and caramelized and crispy, which is what I'm truly looking for. So the smaller and more delicate the item is, right? The smaller it's cut, the smaller it is naturally, and the more delicate, right? The higher the temperature we need to actually get it to cook appropriately on the outside. Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, asparagus, that's all going in at 425 to 450. Carrots, 425. The higher the temp, the more likely I am to get a good, crispy, roasted texture on the outside while not overcooking the inside so that's this mushy mess. One thing that absolutely drives me bonkers is people who put chef in their name on the internet and teach you how to do the wrong thing. Do not take this and drizzle over the outside. Use the bowl technique. Simple techniques get you great food. There's no food styling here. This is what your food will look like when you oil it properly, season it well, and cook it at the appropriate temperature using the proper techniques. That was 425 degrees for 20 minutes. You do what I tell you and your food will look good just like that.